back to our show, Russ on Flowers. I'm your host, Russ. Today we're going to put a shout out to Steve. Steve is working on his Harley. He thinks he's going to be riding to Arlington with us on Monday. We're trying to convince him that he's going to be flying with us, but he's working on the bike, and so we're going to put a shout out to him right now. Alright, so today's show is a sequel from last week. We showed you how to float some flowers last week. We showed you how to use the dish, peel back roses last week, float Gerbers, different types of containers. Today we're going to kind of extend on that and talk about floating lilies this week and showing some different containers on how to do that. We're going to show you how to float daisies this week and talk about different uses for that, and then size of tables, okay? We're going to start with lilies, and I have a 9-inch lotus bowl that we're going to be working with today. I dropped some gems in there. It's clear and red. We have all different types of colors of gems available on Russ on Flowers, Russ Wholesale Flowers, so you guys will be able to get those there. Really neat look. Lotus bowl also comes in a 7-inch. It's a little bit smaller, okay? It's kind of an extension from the trays that we used last week. We used River Rock in those last week. These are actually showing the water. Last week the water was hidden because the dishes were so low. Alright, and so today we'll start with lilies. We have a stargazer that we'll be using today, the stargazer-lilly. Awesome looking lily. Now remember, when you're working with lilies, you're going to have to make sure that they're open in order to float them. Alright, so when you're floating, remember, we're cutting the flowers at the very top depending on their use. You're going to leave about 1/4 of an inch at the top of the flowers. Sorry about that. Set the flower in, and there you have floating. Okay? Neat look. Alright, now that look you can use with white lilies. You can use this at all different types of events, okay? It's a very economical way of arranging, okay? So I'm also going to be using today, we have Asiatic-lilly, which is an orange lily. We'll talk about that for a second. Again, when you're working with lilies, you guys, make sure that you're cutting them properly 1/4 inch from the top, and you make sure you're removing the pollen, okay? Now it's up to you if you want to keep the stems in, okay, or pull them out. You can do either one. I particularly like them in. Alright, floating that as well. It's an Asiatic-lilly. It's a cool floated flower as well. Very cool. I would do clear or black. That on black is really hot. It's a great look, again, in the lotus bowl. Also today, to talk about floating, these are spider mums. Spider mums are a really cool look, okay? Different types of flowers we're talking about floating, alright? Spider mum looks really cool in that, right? This will also fit in one of these smaller fish bowls. Now keep in mind that these particular vases we sell at Russ on Flowers, Russ Wholesale Flowers. That's a great look, okay? You can see the difference. Make sure you're paying attention to the difference between a container with gems in it and a container without gems in it, alright? A really neat look, if you want to do multiples, it's kind of cool, or accent pieces with daisies. Daisies is one of my favorite. Okay, you can float daisies all day. Right? Really cool look. Okay. Do odds. Try to do odds. Okay, and if you're just using that container on a table piece and you just wanted some accent pieces, accent around. You want to use all the flower heads you can, right? Now this is one stem. This is one stem of daisies, so it's a big bang for your buck, right? So each table you almost can use one stem per table, right? So carry the look around, right? You could do those in the bowl. You can do one in the bowl. It's a small bowl, so I wouldn't. 3 won't fit, and 2 is gonna look stupid. So you don't need to use gems. I'm a big gem guy. Accent, accent, accent. Some cool looks. Okay. Email me questions on floating, on vasing, you guys. We'll be answering them every week on the show. some cool ideas on floating. Great way to save money and use flowers for events, even in bathrooms or accent pieces through the house. Really neat look. Okay, so with the spider mum and the small fish bowl, again, accent pieces around the base. If you guys wanted to mix them and match them, you could even do daisies. This container is big enough to do the daisies and the stargazer. How cool is that? Great look, some new ideas for you. Try sticking those in your ass, Steve. Okay, you guys, it's Q&A time. Starting question number 1. Russ, what type of flowers can you grow inside that are edible? Parker in Chicago. Well, I can tell you this, that just about every flower is edible, right? You might have allergies. I'd research the flower that you're thinking about eating. Okay, some of them you can eat lilies, but some of the lilies are poisonous. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're eating the right one. So when I say that all flowers are edible, all varieties have edible flowers in their families, and some have poisonous ones. So make sure you double check, research it, Google it, find out if you're thinking about eating flowers. Otherwise, steak. Russ, I have a friend that is single and is wondering if Steve was single, we should hook up with him. Nancy in Tulsa. All right. Well, send us an email and we'll consider sending Steve by. Russ, I'm getting married in October. What is the average cost for flowers? There will be about 100 guests. Lisa in Seattle. Depending on the event, okay, depending on how many flowers you want at each table, depending on how many people are standing up. Okay, so your average cost on flowers across the nation right now is spending about $1,700. Okay, so Lisa, I hope that answers your question. Otherwise, send me another email and we can get further into that. Russ, why are you into flowers so much? Tina in South Dakota. I was raised in them. I was born out of a flower stem. Dear Russ, do you ever personally deliver flowers yourself? I think you're cute. Nako in Chicago. I used to. Back in the days, I used to drive a flower truck for the family. Not much anymore, but keep the questions coming, you guys. They're great questions. So after you're done with the flowers at the reception, if your guests aren't taking them home, make arrangements with the florist to have them delivered to either a hospital, okay, or some sort of senior living facility. All those people love flowers. Everybody loves flowers. So see if you can use them again and again and keep them going, right? They're going to last a while, and so it's better to donate them than throw them away. Okay, you guys, so to summarize the show, floating this week, big bang for your buck. Go to Russ on Flowers, RussWholesaleFlowers.com, and find an array of flowers that you can use for floating. Okay, one of the emails of earlier asked how much the average wedding costs if they're bringing flowers for their wedding. I can tell you that if you spend $1,700 and you're going to be floating, you could do it for 10 weddings. All right, check them out. See Russ on Flowers. See Russ on Flowers Wholesale. Tons of different ideas and concepts. Keep your emails coming. So we're looking forward to seeing you in the next show. Thanks for coming.
Hype monkey!